Alright guys, I'm doing something a little different today. Sorry about my voice. I'm trying to get over being sick, and we have been doing the new chicken coop, putting up a shed, out in the weather. Doesn't help much, but, you know, working with what I got. But I'm going to do a zucchini lasagna and use zucchini rather than pasta noodles. So I've got 4 zucchini here, and they're medium size. I've got some frozen spinach, a pounded deer, ground. You can use beef or pork or turkey or chicken or whatever you like in your lasagna. I've got Parmesan, marinara, ricotta, some mushrooms, and mozzarella. And I have a sheet here because what I'm going to do is clean these, cut off the ends, and then slice it super thin. And then I'm going to sprinkle them with salt and put them and let them kind of get their water out, because zucchini has so much water in it. If you put it in raw and then you cook it, it's just going to get all into the lasagna. So let me try to get it cooked down and hopefully help my voice, and let me get started. Alright guys, so I got my zucchini washed, and as you can see, to cut it lengthwise, because they're round, they're really unstable, and that is a really good way to nick your finger. So what I like to do is take a little piece off one of the sides, see, just a little sliver, just to make a flat surface. So that way it doesn't roll around when you're trying to cut it. So let me get these cut into long strips and we'll be right back. And here we are, all nice and sliced. Some of mine are a little thicker than others. This is ideal, nice and thin, real pliable. Like I said, this one's a little thick. It's too thick for me to cut again, but it'll work. So it makes it a little more rustic, I guess. So I'm going to take salt and I'm going to sprinkle it over both sides, and then I'm going to leave it here and just let the water come out. You could even cook this in the oven, like roast it or grill it first if you want to get the water out, but like I said, we're putting up a shed. I don't want to get the grill. I don't want to have to roast them and watch them, so I'm going to do this way and then flip them all over. And like I said, I keep the skins too, so you can if you want. If you don't want to, don't. So let me sprinkle the other side and we'll go on to the next step. Now we're going to start on our meat sauce. I've got my pound here of ground venison. You can use whatever meat you like, onion and garlic, my jar of marinara. This is my marinara, but you use whatever you prefer. And I've got some mushrooms that I'm going to cut into cubes. I took the stems out because I give those to the chickens, and these have been washed and cleaned. So let me get diced and we'll be right back. So now that I got all of this all ready, it is time to begin cooking. And this is gonna be the meat sauce, the meat portion of the lasagna. So I get this all spread out, and I'm going to put my onions and my garlic here. What I like to do when I'm using a lot of garlic is grate it rather than just chop it up, because then I'll be sitting here forever chopping and chopping and chopping and chopping. So I just grate it straight in, and it keeps the end piece out of it right here. That way I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm going to go ahead and get my onions, my garlic, and my mushrooms in. And when they've softened, I'm going to add my meat with some salt and pepper and just cook it until the meat is done. Now that the meat is done and all the vegetables are soft, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, turn my heat off, and I'm going to add my marinara. And I may put a little bit of water in that just to kind of help get the rest of it out. And then this is the meat sauce, and it's done. The next thing we're going to need to do is the white layer. So let me get the stuff together for that, and we'll get started on it. So the next layer is our white sauce. So I have taken the spinach and I have squeezed all the water out of it so it is dry as a bone. And I'm going to take a 16-ounce container of ricotta and add it. Maybe. There we go. And I've got some Parmesan cheese, and I'm just going to add half a cup, maybe a cup. And then to all ricotta and like white sauces like Alfredo sauce, anything with ricotta, always add a pinch, and I mean a pinch, of ground nutmeg. I don't know why. It's just something that I've always done. And you really can't taste it, but it definitely makes it taste better. I don't know what it is. It's something that my grandmother taught me. You just do it. So I'm going to take this and mix this all together in with the spinach. And as soon as I get this done, then we'll be ready to start assembling. So I have let this sit the whole time I've been doing the meat and the cheese sauce. And I don't know if you can see how much water has come out of this. And now you can see how pliable it is. I mean, they are like noodles. Even the ones that are super thick are super pliable. And I said they are soaked. I mean, just dripping with water. So now that those are soft and all if not most of the moisture has been taken out, all I'm going to do, see the underneath how wet? All I'm going to do is take a rag. I'm just going to use a kitchen rag rather than a paper towel. And just sop up all the water that I can. And actually, you know what I'm going to do first? Because these have salt on them, I'm going to rinse them. So let me get them in a colander and rinse them. Then I'll dry them. And then we'll start to layer. Now it is time to layer, and I've just taken my baking pan and I have greased it and put just a little bit of sauce in the bottom. And I'm going to do my first layer of the zucchini. Just kind of layer them in all side by side. I said I only use 4 zucchini. You can use as much as you like. And like I said, this is a first for me, so if any of you have more experience or know how to do it, let me know what I'm doing wrong. So then I'm going to take my ricotta and spinach and do a layer of it. And I've got my mozzarella all grated. And after this layer, I'm going to put some more marinara, do some mozzarella with a little bit of Parmesan, and then layer up some zucchini. There it is, all layered up. I just layered until I didn't have any more stuff to layer with. So I'm going to put this in the 375-degree oven for about 25 minutes, and we'll pull it out when she's ready.